Is it going? It looks like it is.
Uh,
It didn't give me the proper prompt. But if it is, folks, this is Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. Had some technical difficulties there in the beginning, but we are here to review NXT Takeover 25. I have some very special guests joining me today, so gentlemen, make sure you introduce yourselves, let the people know. We first have in here my man Malik, aka Narcolepsy Boy.
what's going on, guys? My name is Malik, aka Narco94. Guys, go subscribe to my channel. I think this is my first time on your channel.
This is.
Yeah, you're always on my channel, so
Yeah,
switch it up.
that's right. Much better. They're gonna all be audio for this. Also, we have Kyrin Chase in here. Kyrin, say what's up.
What's up, Conrad? Once just like me, first time on your channel, and can't wait to talk about the show.
Yes. This should be something amazing here. Something really good. And last but not least, my man, Mr. Sean Hubbard.
What up, though? What up, though? Hubbard Wrestling Weekly in the building. Making my debut on my boy Conrad's channel. Happy to be here, man. NXT did their thing tonight.
Yes, they did. Live chat, I'm going to try and keep up with you via the phone here. We had a little skip here, and for some reason, you guys are not popping up in the chat box. So I've got you guys on the phone, though. No worries. Let's get into this show. The show took place in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We had Beth Phoenix, Nigel McGuinness, and Mauro Ranallo all on commentary. Don't know how I feel about Beth Phoenix yet still. Still feel like she's in the tryout period for NXT. This was her first takeover, I believe. So I'm going to let her rock for right now. But what did you guys think of the commentary situation for the night?
Well, Mauro is always good. He's always good. Nigel was good. I thought Beth would, for the most part, she was pretty good. I mean, I don't think she really said anything that made me like cringe or anything like that, which is always a plus. So I think the commentary was good, but as usual, I think Mauro and Nigel did the best of carrying the commentary.
I can agree with that. Sean, what did you think of the commentary?
I thought it was good. I gotta second that opinion. I think Beth is still kind of trying to get her feet wet. I think she's knowledgeable about the product, but that's a general assessment. I think that Nigel and obviously Mauro Ranallo are just on top of their games. I never thought I'd say I missed Percy Watson, but I kind of did.
Yeah, that's
I
tough.
don't go that far. I don't think I'd go that far just yet. Because that wasn't bad enough for me to say, "Oh, I missed Percy." No.
No, my logic is simply like Percy was very familiar with the NXT. But I'm not saying he was 5-star in commentary by any stretch, but like he was NXT. So now Beth has to, get her NXT footprint in there.
All right, just send a message to that live chat. They are in there talking like crazy. A lot of people are saying Beth Phoenix did okay. Seems like they're not mad at her, letting her rock. Understandable, I get it. Let's get into some of these matches, gentlemen, shall we? Let's start. They started off with an opening video package. Same things that we always know to expect from NXT, but it's nice to see it. Malik, I wanted to talk to you because I watched the show with you while we were in a chat together, and you talked about like the appearance of the arena. What did you think of it?
It kind of made it like that old school NXT vibe, how they first when they first do something full sale. The set was very different. The audience didn't look as big as it would be like the takeover of New York or Toronto or anything. But I like it though. It gave me that old NXT vibe. I was watching NXT since Arrival, so it kind of gave me that old NXT vibe. That's how I felt about it.
I could definitely see some NXT vibe. Everything started out all right. So we started out the night with some commentary from Mauro. I believe it was Mauro or Nigel who said this, and they talked about being a true alternative. As soon as I heard that, I took that as a shot. I felt that was a shot at AEW. I don't know how you guys felt about it. Kyrin, what did you think of that?
Well, like I said, I didn't get to watch the beginning of the show, but I might as well comment on it. Just for the record, I didn't get to see Double or Nothing. I was busy that night. I couldn't find a way to watch it. I didn't get to watch Double or Nothing. But with that being said, I know how good of a show it was. And if any part of WWE has any right to talk about being an alternative to AEW or anything like that. It is NXT. Because NXT, as we all can agree, is the A show. It's the only reason I'm still watching WWE, honestly. So I'm fine with that. If AEW wants to take shots, I don't have any problem with WWE taking shots back. Only NXT, because the main roster just doesn't deserve it.
Agreed.
Facts. What about you, Sean? What did you think of the AEW shots?
It was cool. Like I like it, man. At the end of the day, they have to fight back at some point. NXT, as you know, I agree with that 100%. NXT is the only brand that has any right to talk trash whatsoever under the whole WWE umbrella. So yeah, NXT is a cool alternative, but the problem is NXT is the alternative to Raw and SmackDown, not AEW. AEW is the alternative. NXT is just a alternative, even though it's the best brand on WWE. There's no question about that.
I like it. Malik, do you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Nah, we talked about it last week. I said I wanted to take shots back, so I mean, I like the competition. I want to see the competition be heated between it. And like I said, the only thing in WWE that can compete with AEW to me is NXT, so I think it only makes sense. But still, boys want NXT, so I think it's better. Makes more sense.
All right. Let's talk about the first match. We had Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle in this one. I thought we saw some great wrestling in this match. We saw like a GTS reversed into the other knee. We saw backbreakers because Roderick Strong is known as the backbreaker king, basically the messiah of the backbreaker, whatever you want to call him. I noticed a lion tamer at one point in this match. Superplexes, everything. Fans chanting NXT. This was a very good opener. I battled back and forth with my thoughts on this one and what I wanted to give it for a final grade. But I want to hear from Sean first. Sean, what did you think of this?
Riddle and Roddy, I thought it was a good match. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing. The outcome was fairly predictable. I thought that there was no way that Roderick Strong would go over in this match only because, Riddle got a little bit of momentum going behind him, even though he lost NXT North American title match to Velveteen last takeover. But, Roderick Strong's the weak link to the Undisputed Era, man. I know some people might agree, some people might not, but, I didn't see there be any way that Roddy would come out on top. I think the right guy went over. I think it was a good match. It went down the way it was supposed to, man. It was going to be an undisputed night, but it wasn't going to be Roddy Strong, man.
Yeah, Roddy's always in that role of kind of being stuck. Malik, what did you think of this match?
I enjoyed it. Very, very, very fast-paced. I mean, so much action happened in this match. It was very, very fast-paced. But I thought it was a good way to open the show. The match, I didn't really have this even being up as one of the matches of the night, but I was wrong, though, man. I enjoyed this match a lot. It was very, very good. Right person went over, like you said, and I thought it was very good, though.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job with this. I went back and forth. I do letter grades for this. You guys can see the rubric down below in the description box. I will update all the grades, the channels for these guys at the end of the video. But what would you guys give a grade to this match? Malik and Sean, what would you say? Because I was battling between, I gave it an A- after looking back at it and realizing how good it was. I went A- on it. What did you think, Malik?
I'd give it an A-, B+, right around there.
Okay, all right, Sean.
I'll go slightly lower, but not too much lower. I'll give it a straight B. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was. I know I'm gonna sound like I'm kind of reneging on what I'm saying, but it was not great, but it was great for its purpose. If that makes any sense. It was a great opening match, so they did their job.
Yeah, I just felt they kicked it up another level. I thought the tombstone spot where they ended it, I don't know if they came up with a name for that move, but very well done. I really liked that spot a lot. Yeah, that was super dope. It was like a reverse neutralizer that Matt Riddle used to win the match in the end. Good stuff here, though, if you're a Matt Riddle fan. Let's get into the NXT Tag Team Title Ladder match next. We had the Undisputed Era in there with the Street Profits, the Forgotten Sons, Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch as well. Crazy match. Kyrin, what did you think of this?
I love the brutality in it. The brutality was definitely the highlight of it. You get to see some good acrobatics. few standout performances. Of course, O'Reilly and Fish always good. Street Profits look good. Everyone looked good in this match. I thought it was a very solid ladder match. Now, because I'm that type of person, I do sometimes compare like matches to different. I don't think it was as good as the last ladder match you saw in NXT Takeover last year in New Orleans, but that would have been too hard to top. And on its own, it was still a very solid ladder match.
I hear it. Looking at the chat right now, we got, I see some real bad crap talking in here. Someone said that match was a 9.5 out of 10. Eric Brennan he's on another subject that we're not at yet. Eric Brennan said that was a solid B+. Someone said DP said he'll give it an A, and Matt just came in and yelled, "Bay Bay." Steve's in here saying, I do say in general for the show. Steve, we're going to talk about you in a minute. Real bad.
What did he say?
We're going to talk about it once we get to that match. He told me what his match of the night was, and I'm kind of like, whoa, what?
I just read the comment.
Okay.
I'm reading myself.
Yeah, so we talk about this match. It was very brutal. Malik, what did you think of this ladder match? I know you had a spot in this that you were hyped for when we saw it happen.
I don't remember what spot it was for.
The world's greatest tag team spot with Street Profits.
Oh, yeah, that was tough.
I was talking to that, man. It was my favorite tag team as a kid, man. But that match was crazy, man. Very well done.
You're coming over muffled.
You hear me?
Yeah, better now.
I thought the match was very good. That world's greatest tag team spot was dope, man. That's what I said. They were one of my favorite tag teams as a kid. But I didn't pick the Street Profits to win, though. I thought Undisputed was going to win. So I'm happy about the Street Profits winning, though. I like them. I thought every team in here looked pretty solid. I said, me and Kyrin talked about it yesterday. I said there are a lot of teams that people won't be familiar with that I think a lot of people after this takeover will be kind of behind. So hopefully people can, look at these tag teams like tag teams.
Yeah, I felt like all these tag teams were in that run-of-the-mill spot to where they just weren't over enough to be on takeovers, and now this was their opportunity. Sean, what were some of the spots in the match that made you happy? What did you enjoy about this one?
Well, I definitely enjoyed the back-to-back Doomsday device followed by the Super Blockbuster. That was really cool. I thought that was really well-timed. My God, I thought he was going to kill himself when he did that somersault over the top rope, and it looked like he fell short going outside the ring, where I thought he was going to break his back. So I'm glad he ended up not hurting himself too bad. It looked like it also looked like the Undisputed Era were taking some crazy bumps, falling on top of each other from the ladder and things of that nature. Kyle O'Reilly got his back all messed up, but I will say this: at the end of the day, it was a really good match as far as psychology. You could tell that they kind of had a really good chemistry going. So, but if I had to break it down to one spot that I enjoyed the most, it would be that Doomsday device followed by the Super Blockbuster.
Yeah, that was really dope. Can I just say MVP of the match, Kyle O'Reilly? This man took so much abuse, bro. I felt bad for the dude. It hurt my soul to watch him, ladders falling on him. He's laying there just trying to, take his spot and get up, and a ladder gets flipped onto him. The dude was getting jacked up throughout this match. Lots of Mamma Mia chants. What about Jackson Riker coming out? He came out and destroyed everybody. They made him look like a legit monster. Were you guys feeling the Jackson Riker spot, or do you think he's still kind of lame with the Forgotten Sons?
Well, this comes from someone who doesn't watch NXT weekly. But so I didn't know who he was, to be honest. But this is why I'm glad the commentary did that job and let us know who he was. I think it was good in terms of if it was trying to get him over as a beast. Though I loved when everybody just jumped him. When they jumped him and just started smashing with the ladder, I laughed like a maniac at that. But I think for what it was intended to do, I thought it was good.
Yeah, they did a good job there. And when they all jumped him, I started laughing too. I'm not going to lie. That was definitely a good spot in the match. And overall, were you guys happy with the winners? Let's go with Sean first here.
I was very happy. You were a guest on my show earlier today. It's coming out next week, and we talked about this match very, very much in depth. And the thing is, man, on your show, so your NXT preview show, the thing is, I wanted the Street Profits to win, but I didn't have the guts to predict that they would win. I thought it was going to be an Undisputed Era night, with the exception of Roddy Strong, of course. But I thought the Undisputed Era would get it done, but I'm so happy I was wrong, man. The Street Profits deserve it. They've been working hard. They're on top of their game. They've never been better. And the crowd is behind them, man. I like the vibe. Like, there was so much hip-hop going on in that pay-per-view. I loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. You saw a lot of good stuff added in there. Looking right now at the chat. So the Street Profits ended up winning when Montez Ford hopped onto a ladder, climbed up, snatched the belts down after knocking off, I believe it was Wesley Blake. So I'm happy for the Street Profits, but I wanted the Forgotten Sons from Matt. Brian Walsh said the ladder match was really well produced. Good effort from all involved. DP said, I enjoyed that match. One of the best ladder matches in recent memories. King said that match was awesome. Gunner did good from Jesus De Leon. And Street Profits winning was great. And I see Malik in there just saying, baby. I gave it a grade of an A-. What'd you guys think? You guys can go around. Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
Let me think.
Skip Malik. Kyrin, you got a grade for this one? Thoughts? Star rating?
Since I didn't get to watch the match in full, I don't think it'd be fair for me to give it a grade. So if you want my actual grade, just watch my review later tonight.
Okay.
After I rewatch the show.
Sean?
Well, I'll jump in and give my grade. We talked earlier, man. You're a hard grader, Conrad. I don't see how this match was anything less than an A. I reserve A pluses for, like, Steamboat Savage. You know what I'm saying? But so unless there's another Steamboat Savage match, nobody's gonna get no A plus from me. But A minus, not even, man. That was an A match, man. They did their thing.
Ooh, King in the chat wrote B. Someone else agreed with me, said they would give it an A. I think A minus just because of there were so many people in this match. It's hard to produce that Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels-esque ladder match that you want sometimes with multiple people in it. Sometimes things get wonky. People are laying on the ground too long. But it was still a good ladder match. It's hard to have a bad ladder match when there's gimmicks involved and stuff. I always tell people that with Rumbles, Battle Royals, you really shouldn't have any bad ones all like that.
I give it an A.
Yeah.
Solid A.
Yeah, but someone else just said solid A as well. Brian Walsh, DP said solid A. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with you, man.
Hey, listen, they don't come easy, especially in the E. They got to work hard for this. So, match number 3 was for the NXT North American Championship. We had Tyler Breeze versus the Velveteen Dream. It felt like the old school of NXT meets the new school. Very, very different. Lots of flamboyance in this match. Tyler Breeze came out wearing his current attire. Velveteen Dream came out wearing something that Prince would wear. I was in the chat with Malik and I said, I can tell you where he didn't get it from, and that was the men's department. And I just thought of Dave Chappelle as soon as I saw him. I don't know why. Just cracked me up. But the Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze went out here and they did their thing. Because in the beginning of this match, I'm not going to lie, they were a little off with each other. Like, things just weren't timed properly. And I don't know if that's from main roster stuff coming down to NXT and trying to get back into the groove of things. But they did some good stuff in here. Now, did you guys notice in the beginning of this match that the Velveteen Dream hit a lion salt?
Yeah, we watched it together, yeah.
But did anybody piece that together? I know, Malik, I know you heard me say it immediately. I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of Chris Jericho moves on this show, and they're not winning with them.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I definitely saw it.
I always just think those are little pot shots that I noticed from WWE. Like, oh, yeah, do that guy's moves and kick out of him. Not a problem. Make him look weak. But what about Dream on the outside taking the selfie? We saw a lot of good stuff from this. Sean, what did you like in this match?
I like the little Triple H homage. I think that's what I picked up from it. He did the little curtsy Triple H usually does. I thought that was a cool little homage to Triple H. I love the selfie joint. I thought that was cool. One thing I did not like though, at the end of the match, and his little Tyler Breeze wanted to take a selfie with Velveteen. Like, Velveteen has to make a decision on what kind of way he's gonna go. Like, I love his character, but when you should have just took the selfie, dapped each other up, but it's like he took the selfie and then he kind of like dissed him at the end. So, but again, nice psychology on the match's part. So,
Kyrin, what did you think of this match? This was the first full match you got to see.
call something terrible if you didn't watch the show.
Terrible. It just sucks at all.
See, I apologize for that comment. My younger brother doesn't watch NXT, and because
name one thing on the wrestling. Name the best. Who do you think is the best wrestler takeover right now?
Johnny Gargano. Okay, now back to what I was saying. I thought it was
Tommy, throw my concentration off.
What was I saying? I thought it was a good match. I thought it told a good story. Once again, the part when Breeze was laying on the table and her dream grabbed the belt and grabbed his phone and took a selfie, it had me in stitches. I was laughing my ass off at that one. It was too funny. But it's funny because I was never the biggest Tyler Breeze fan. I didn't get to watch him when he was in NXT because I wasn't watching at the time. But this is where people say, people do so great in NXT, they come to the main roster and just get buried. This was a very good match.
I can respect that. I'm more with Sean, though, with what he said, with kind of some of the psychology things that were happening in this match that hurt what we saw for part of it. Malik, what did you think of this match?
I thought the match was okay. I wouldn't say it was great for me, but I didn't think it was a bad match. The match started off kind of slow in the beginning, it seemed like, but definitely picked up towards the end. But I the characters-wise, they fit together. The story they told was pretty good, but it was okay. I'll say it was okay.
Okay. We saw a lot of good things here. My favorite spot in the match was the fake out elbow into the Dream Driver, into the Unprettier. Then Breeze hits the Unprettier into the beauty shot. They did a lot of nice counter wrestling in this one. But in the end, the Purple Rainmaker was too much. The Velveteen Dream gets the win. And as Sean spoke about, there was the kind of diss factor towards the end with what happened with Breeze and Dream. Now, I want to bring up a point because Eric messaged me on Facebook about this, and he was upset that Tyler Breeze lost. And I kind of want to get a feeling around this. Do you guys feel that Tyler Breeze should have won this? Like, would you have booked it that way if you were in charge?
No.
Absolutely.
Breeze didn't need to win. See, this is the thing. A lot of people think everyone needs to always win a match. That's not true. Dream might be the hottest superstar in WWE in NXT right now, and he's the champion for a reason. You don't want to take the title off of him. What Breeze needed out of this match is what Breeze got: a chance to show what he can do, and because he wasn't being used on the main roster, come back to NXT and show what you can do. He didn't need to win this match. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna say it was better for him not to win, but no, this match he didn't need to win. Just showcase himself was good enough.
I can agree with that. The showcase was good enough, and I felt that Dream's the younger talent. Why would you put Tyler Breeze over the Velveteen Dream? It doesn't make sense to me at all for you to do something like that. Dream needs the wins. Dream's going to be the future on the main roster. I think at this point we've all seen exactly what Tyler Breeze is going to do, and I think Tyler Breeze is someone who's a future coach. He is someone who you want to have in the Performance Center because he knows how to do his job with grace. He takes L's perfectly but still gets over. He's done a lot of good stuff here. I'm not disappointed with Tyler Breeze. And what Tyler Breeze wanted out of this is something that me and Sean talked about on his show earlier. Vince McMahon and Triple H and these guys have to try to satisfy multiple people. He satisfied Tyler Breeze by, look, I'm going to give you a place to work. You want to showcase your skills? I'm going to give you a place to showcase your skills, but you got to put over the Velveteen Dream because he needs it. Boom. Everybody's happy in the end with that one. I gave it a B+ for this match. I thought it was good.
So important, if I could just say one quick thing, so important. We all know that Breeze is a talented guy, and his failures on the main roster are not his fault. That's management's fault. But whatever the case is, it was a failure when he went up to the main roster. You cannot have him go up, fail, and come back down and beat Velveteen Dream. That would be catastrophically bad for Velveteen Dream's character. To have somebody who failed at the main roster come back down and win, that's just it's not going to work. It would be terrible for the character.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm with Conrad. I'm going to give it a B+ as well.
All right. Anyone else got a grade for this one?
The match itself was a B.
Okay. Malik?
B.
All right. Gents. Okay, so let me see what we got in the live chat here. I'm getting a lot of things being said. Whoa. We got some solid A's in here. I give it a grade of a B-. Somebody said 7, maybe 6, to be honest. B+ from 2 other people. Let's talk about Damian Priest real quick. I was trying to explain in the chat who Damian Priest was. Damian Priest is actually Punishment Martinez from Ring of Honor. They did some good stuff here with his build. I don't know, though. Do you think he's able to succeed? Sean, are you familiar with Damian Priest or Punishment Martinez?
Moderately. It remains to be seen. I'm moderately familiar, but I don't know exactly where it's going to go from here. I'm not, I have my doubts. Character development is going to be immensely important to where he goes from here. I just think right now that what he's doing in NXT, I don't see it. I'm not going to lie. He has potential, but I don't see it going well unless there's a little bit more tweak to the character development.
Yeah, I think that he started off in NXT as Punishment Martinez. Kyrin and Malik, I know you guys maybe not as familiar with Punishment Martinez from Ring of Honor. What did you guys think of the vignette when you saw it? Were you interested in it? Was it kind of like automatically like...
I know who he was. I remember when we did the thing, I said, I already knew who he was. I just didn't know they changed his name.
Okay.
He was already wrestling at NXT as Punishment Martinez, so I didn't know they had changed his name to Damian Priest. That's all like, who's this?
Okay. Kyrin, what did you think?
I'll be honest, I didn't get to see I didn't see that vignette or whatever, so I can't really comment on it.
Okay.
I'll just say this, Conrad. You have to understand, and I think everybody here is a student of the game. Everybody's not going to have their opportunity to go from the ringmaster to Stone Cold. So, it's very much a question mark. Not everybody gets those second chances. I don't know. We got to see.
Yeah. I just think that when you look at Damian Priest, I just thought he was an interesting character. I'm like, okay, I'm into this. Let me see what he's going to bring when he gets into the ring. I mean, we've seen him in matches where he was kind of on the other end. It felt like tryout matches. Like, is this guy going to fit with our system? Let's see. But I thought he did a really good job in his tryout matches. So I'm interested in the character a little bit. Let's get into the fourth match here, though. This is for the NXT Women's Championship. We had Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler. Kyrin, I want you to start off this match and just tell me what did you think of it? Did you like what you saw in this one?
I liked what I saw, but I felt like it could have been more. Like, it was a good match, and I saw Steve's comment when he said he thought this was a match of the night. To me, this is the weakest match of all of them I saw, and that doesn't mean it was bad. That's not what it means. I just feel like it was I thought it was kind of weak compared to everything else on the card. Now, it's just funny how I keep predicting Shayna to lose and she keeps winning. And personally, I do want Shayna to drop the title. And she's done great with it. I'm just kind of tired of her with the title. Things I enjoyed it. I think they both had good chemistry though. And the part that really made me mark out was when Candice came out and just beat the hell out of Duke and Shafir with that candlestick. That was my favorite part of the match. And I'm not gonna lie, after the match, I was a little confused as to what they were doing with Io because taking account, she lost relatively clean. And she just attacked Shayna with a candlestick after the match. Like, I don't think they're turning her heel, but I don't know where she goes from here. Maybe a no disqualification match between the two. And while I enjoyed the steel chair moonsault, I think that's something you should have saved for an actual match. But I still thought it was a cool spot. I think we'll probably get a rematch, even though I would like to see Candice contend for the title next. And if you do the Io heel turn, you can have her feud with Candice for the title. But I thought it was still a solid match.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff in this one. Malik, quick thoughts on this match. What do you think?
I thought it was a solid match. I picked Shayna to win. I didn't see her lose at all in this match. But I thought it was pretty solid. I like Io Shirai. I like Candice LeRae now getting involved with the candlestick and everything. We talked about it. I think when we talked about it for the match ended, I said that maybe they have, because it's kind of hard to predict who may be champ for the title. But I said it may be Candice LeRae. They may have Candice LeRae do it. So, but I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. I wouldn't say it was a match tonight, but I enjoyed the match.
And I just want to add one more thing before someone else goes. A lot of people, myself included, are sick of Shayna with the championship. But I think this works because, one, she's a heel and she's a good heel. She's not the type of heel you just want off your screen. She's actually good at her job. And when someone does eventually break out of the character for the clutch or beats her, it's going to lead to a huge reaction.
That's exactly what people want from it. Sean, let me kick it to you. What did you think of the match? We saw the Karafuda clutch applied after a bridging kind of O'Connor roll. It reminded me of Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor 2004. I thought it was really good stuff. What did you think of the match?
Tremendous analogy. I agree 100%. I like Shayna winning. I think Shayna's a top 3 female talent in the entire company, Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. I have no problem retaining. I would just say that you have to do a little bit more variety as it pertains to the finishes of the matches. She can't tap everybody out. She can't pass everybody out. She has to get one of those kind of fluky pinfalls. She has to get one of those kind of fluky roll-ups. It's necessary to bring diversity to the matches. We've seen this about 3 or 4 takeovers in a row. You put on, she's choking her out, they get to the rope. Choking her out, they roll through, but eventually they pass out or they tap out. Yes, she's dominant. I have no problem her retaining, but I would have loved to have seen her win by pinfall. There has to be a little bit more variety. And as far as after the match was concerned, I love Shirai with the moonsault, with the steel chair. I love her snapping with the kendo stick. I think it's not really a heel turn kind of a deal. It's just kind of like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired kind of deal. And that's really the best time. That's kind of like a Bayley thing, like when she turned on Sasha over a year ago. It's one of those deals where it's like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being nice. I'm still standing up for what I believe in, but I'm going to beat the crap out of you. It's not about winning a match. I'm just going to beat the snot out of you. And that leads to the possibility of a rematch down the line.
I can agree with all of what you said right there. I gave this a grade of a B. I saw some people who, like I said, Steve said this was the match of the night for him. Brian Walsh says that this feud still has legs. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. You don't have a match end up a beatdown like that after the match, especially by the babyface, no less, and not have it move on. This feud will continue, and there's gonna be like a no disqualification, no bar match at next Takeover Toronto and the next Takeover.
DP said the same thing, though, in alliance with Malik. He said possibly Candice might go for Baszler going towards Takeover Toronto or Takeover War Games. King says that he believes Dakota Kai is going to be the one to come back and win the NXT Women's Championship. Malik, what do you think about Dakota Kai instead coming in there?
I've always liked Dakota Kai, but I don't think they put her in the championship picture. I wouldn't see that, but I've always liked her, though. I've always wanted to see her do something on Takeover for many takeovers, but they never have. But I wouldn't say her getting a championship match. I don't see it. I think it'll either go to Io Shirai or Candice LeRae. More Io Shirai, though, especially after what happened after the match.
Okay, and Sean, if you had to pick, who's the person to defeat Baszler if you got to choose somebody?
I like Shirai. I think she's the most likely candidate. Candice, I'm a fan of, but I really, really hope that all the gas is not out of the car known as Bianca Belair. I think that she's very talented. I hate to say it, I kind of think the gas is out of that car. I think the fire is gone. They may have moved on, but I'm hoping that we can swing that thing around one more time because I really, really love her charisma, her athleticism. It's unlikely, though. I think that thing is done. So I'd probably say more than likely it'll be Shirai coming back, but I would love to see Bianca Belair have one more shot at it.
Interesting thoughts, gents. Like I said, I give this a grade of a B. Now we got to talk about a little news real quick. Saturday, August 31st, it was announced that we are going to get our second NXT UK takeover in Cardiff. The date is August 31st. I find that date to be a little puzzling, a little odd that there's a New Japan show that day. There is now an NXT Takeover UK, and there's a little event called All Out that's happening that day in Chicago, Illinois. Very different. We're going to have 3 wrestling shows from 3 of the biggest companies happening all at the same time. Quick thoughts on that. Let's go with Hubbard first here.
Well, I know that I'm going to have my Mac and 2 TVs running it all 3 at the same time. Wow. NXT UK on the same night as All Out, the same night as New Japan. That reeks of desperation to me. A lot of people might say that reeks of something good, which is competition. So them not being afraid. But I think this is fear. I think that they're trying to divide the audience, and I think they're gonna lose. So, wow, big news. A lot of guts on WWE's part, but they will not be successful. I'm looking forward to August 31st now more than ever.
Yep, and I just wrote the same thing in there.
The show won't be the same time at all anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, the show's going to be at 3 o'clock, and all that will be later at the night. So,
but as a business person, though, you have to think, there's only so much wrestling I could watch in one day. So if you get to me first, this seems like what they're trying to do. We'll get to them first, because they won't be able to wait or hold back to watch All Out, and maybe we'll exhaust them, and then they're like, I don't want to pay to see that. It just seems odd that they announced it tonight. It's on that exact date. I don't know. NXT's been doing some slimy stuff.
I told you, it's going to be bad blood between the two. I don't know why people will be surprised by this, man. NXT's the only one that's going to go for him. I don't think Vince is going to do it. It'll be Triple H the only one that's going to go after him. They taking shots back, he's going to go back at it. So.
Well, let me put it.
And it's not Takeover. It's only Takeover UK, so it'd be different if it was Takeover. Actually, Takeover. They're going to be at the same time. You know what I mean? But it's Takeover UK, so I don't see an issue with it. Takeover UK is in the beginning. New Japan will probably even be before that. New Japan will probably be on at our time in AM, so that show will probably be on even earlier. But I like it. I like the competition of it. I like whether it's fear or not. I like it. I want to see more of the stuff. So.
Yeah, and you guys make a strong point. You're right. The times are definitely going to be staggered. But at the same time, it's still like this kind of like I'm going head-to-head kind of a deal, even if the times are staggered. And once again, I can't stress it enough. I think it's a mistake because at the end of the day, I don't think NXT, especially NXT UK, I don't think NXT UK has enough to compete with New Japan or AEW. So, wow, that's big news.
And you know what? Shout out to Brian Walsh in the chat because he just went and did some math for us. So he said NXT Takeover UK is going to be at 3 p.m. Brian Walsh then says NXT UK is going to finish at 11 p.m. in the UK, but probably at 7 p.m. US time. So that's probably going to be the exact time AEW starts.
Right.
So they're trying to tire the fan out by putting their brand on there. I'm not going to lie. AEW is the first priority for me. NXT UK really hasn't been doing it for me. I mean, I could wait to watch that. That's basically how I feel about it. I'm trying to keep up with it, but I could wait to watch that. And
out of those 3 shows, the show I would pick would be AEW if I had to choose.
Same.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I'm picking up All Out. But I'm gonna watch both. I'm gonna watch both. I'm gonna go from NXT right to AEW. So it ain't gonna tire me out. No, I'm gonna watch both. So.
Right.
Yeah. If it was regular NXT, sorry, Malik.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If it was regular NXT, it'd be different. That would be more of which one do I want to watch? I think for people.
Remember, that was originally going to happen, back in April. Remember, because NXT Takeover New York was originally scheduled to be the same time as the G1 Supercard at MSG. Now that would have been interesting because, I still would have picked NXT anyway because it was a damn near perfect show. But so I'm okay with the competition. But if WWE was going to do this with All Out, they should have picked a regular NXT instead of NXT UK. Because I don't watch NXT UK. Granted, I did watch that Takeover Blackpool, which I really liked. But no one really has me, emotionally. And besides Tony Storm, I'm not really emotionally invested in someone like I am, say, like Johnny Gargano or Becky Lynch. And that's one thing I do, maybe I need to watch the show more. But I don't think I'd have to do that with regular NXT to already be emotionally invested in somebody.
I think another reason they could have put the show there, they might want to get people more familiar with their NXT, with the UK audience, you know what I mean? With the UK talent and everything.
That's a good point.
I'm starting to think, though, long term, this vision for NXT, they're going to have to put this on hold. You're going to end up having to combine 205 Live and NXT UK to make this all work. But that's off topic. We'll get to that another time. So we got what they're going to do with the shows. I guess it's up to the fans to decide what are they going to watch or what are they going to use their time on or spend their money on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens August 31st. Let's get to the final match of the night. Oh, man, what a match this was. For the NXT title match, who made that noise? I see who it was. Malik, cut it out.
He wasn't gonna happen. I told you wasn't gonna happen.
Adam Cole challenges Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, for his NXT Championship. Cool entrances for both guys, if you don't mind me talking about it. Wrestle and Flow. He came out to do Adam Cole's theme. I honestly think out of all of the songs he did, that was his best song. I'm a big hip-hop fan, if you guys don't know. I used to rap, actually, and I thought that he did an excellent job on this one. WrestleFlow looked hype. He looked like he couldn't wait for it. So, Josiah, congratulations to you, my friend. I know that you do Josh's theme song on Brainbuster Radio for him for the opening of his stuff. Really good stuff, so I'm happy to see him do that. And shout out to Johnny Gargano for coming out as Captain Marvel. Don't know if anyone else pieced that together, but I thought that was super dope.
And yeah, I did. I'm actually one of the few people that really like Captain Marvel. I actually really like that movie.
Me too.
Isn't he always a superhero though? He's always a Marvel character every
Yeah, it usually fits into Marvel, whether it's Iron Man, Spider-Man. He's done so many different ones. Venom. Yeah, he's done a lot of good stuff with it. I'm a superhero nerd. Sean, what'd you think of the entrances and everything else going on in the match?
Anybody who knows me, you've gotten a chance to know me. We've done a few shows together. I'm so wrestling and I'm so hip hop. So Adam Cole coming out to that was it really made my night. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I put out a tweet. I was like, yo, Adam Cole was so hip hop. Now obviously he may not be, but my point is, it just felt right. You know what I'm saying? That was a super dope combination. I've always felt like Undisputed Era has this like super swagger, and it really ties in with the performance that they had tonight. So yeah, I love the entrance. Gargano's entrance was cool. I think both guys enter the ring with the necessary swagger to be believable, to keep it 100% wrestling right now. They both enter the ring with the believability that they are going to win the match, and I think it's super dope to have that characteristic and have that quality. So when you add music, when you add custom music, when you add, unfortunately we don't have that. We don't, pyro. When you add these elements, it just adds to the crescendo, and it gets to a point where like you're really gonna have a lot of anticipation for a great match. So the entrances were awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those entrances as well. And you know what? Shout out to Wrestle and Flow, because I will say this. I remember when he was first coming out with the videos, and I saw it on Twitter, and it was like kind of trending. It was popping up all over the wrestling community. Adam Cole was the one who retweeted it. Adam Cole got him way more people into him probably than he could ever imagine or think. So shout out to Adam Cole for that. Question to all of you. What's up with Johnny Gargano getting booed? I asked this to my Facebook group. I didn't hear anything reasonable. Why is Johnny Gargano being booed? Does anybody have an explanation for me?
I think it's more the fact that Adam Cole and Undisputed Era is that cool fact that they have that makes people want to just side with him. But as we see, Johnny is such a good babyface that even when he saw last time at TakeOver New York, that he started the match getting booed. At the end of the match, he got a standing ovation. I don't think it's more like people don't like Johnny. I think it's just because people love how cool Undisputed Era is. But that's just my thought.
Malik, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. We talked about it in the chat. I think when it comes down to it, I think people feel Adam Cole more than Johnny Gargano at this point. I know I do.
Okay, Sean?
Adam Cole, baby. He's just that dude. You know what I'm saying? And when you go up against Adam Cole, you're going to get booed. I didn't think that Gargano would get booed that much because it was extensive. But, Adam Cole is going to be a fan favorite. Adam Cole can, slap your mom in the face, and it would just be cool for some reason. He has that cool factor. So when Adam Cole, baby, is in the ring, and when the Undisputed Era are in town, they're going to get the cheers because they got that swag, man. It's just all about that swag.
Sean, I'm staying with you, man. Give us a little bit of a breakdown of this match or some spots that you liked. I know there's so much going on in these NXT matches that it's hard to give a full breakdown. But what did you like in this match? What was the thing that worked for you?
Oh my God, the back-to-back super kick followed by the sunrise, followed by the final shot. It was just I can't break it down to a point where I can give you move by move, but I will say this. I thought that the psychology and the execution of the referee spot where Adam Cole grabbed the chair was hustling back and forth to see if he could get the chair away from the referee. Here comes Johnny Gargano aiming for Adam Cole. He runs into the referee. And then a very, very cool psychological tactic on Adam Cole's part by signaling for the Undisputed Era, but not really having the Undisputed Era come out. Johnny Gargano is distracted. We're able to, he was able to get him back in the ring, drop him on his skull one more time, which led to the conclusion of the match. He didn't get the pin at that particular moment, but it eventually led to the conclusion of the match. So a little bit of extra strategy from Adam Cole, a little bit of more psychology from Adam Cole. Every week, the Undisputed Era are coming out and helping Adam Cole win matches and putting him in position to win. This time, he did it all by himself. A little bit of a luge, a little bit of David Copperfield swag tonight. I liked it.
I like it. Malik, what did you think of the match overall? Anything you'd like to add to it? What were your thoughts on it?
Just spectacular, man. I mean, what else can I say? But the match was absolutely spectacular. I didn't have Adam Cole winning, though. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't think Johnny Gargano was going to beat Adam Cole, but I didn't think Adam Cole was going to win. I thought there was going to be some type of screwy finish when Johnny Gargano took out the referee with that suicide dive. I was like, maybe that's fear about to come out and get flogged somehow, whatever. And you saw how Cole was kind of calling somebody out to come out. The people were like looking back, waiting for Undisputed. Or even you said, what was going on? I said, but it was like it was a flourish in the match. But I liked it though. I like it. I'm okay with Adam Cole winning. I like Adam Cole. I love Undisputed Era. So hopefully at some point I want to see them all championship. I don't know if they'll do it at some point, but that's what I'm hoping for. But it kind of does suck though because Gargano just won the championship. You know what I mean? He had that good feel moment for that we all wanted him to have for so long, and then his first title defense he loses it. So it's like it was hard, man. I see why people may be upset with Gargano losing, but then again, it's like. The guy he's losing to, I like too. So it's kind of hard, It's kind of like 50-50-20. You know what I mean?
All right, I saved Kyrin for last for a reason. Kyrin, I know you're hurt just like me, bro. Because me and Kyrin are huge Johnny Gargano fans. Kyrin, give me your thoughts on this match.
Okay, first I thought it was a very good match. These two can do no wrong when it comes to inside the ring. I don't think it was good as that match to take over New York, but once again, that's an unfair bar to try to set. But I thought it was a very good match. As usual, had me on the edge of my seat. The multiple super kicks were good. And I love how both men, they did it in New York too, but they did it again, how they know each other very well. They knew what move was coming. And how they both work on specific body parts. Johnny worked on Adam's, arm, and Adam working on Johnny's leg, which made it feel a little bit different from that last match. And it didn't go as long, which is a plus. But yeah, I thought it was a solid match. Now, let me just talk about it because I had to. Johnny losing the title. Don't get me wrong, I like Adam Cole, but I think Johnny should have had a longer reign. One defense is all he got, and this is the third time it's happened with him. When he won the tag team title, the champ, in that first title defense, they lost it. When he won the North American title in his first title defense, he lost it. And now after winning the NXT Championship, one of the best matches I've ever seen, he loses it again. Come on, he should have had longer reign. And I'm fine with it because I do like Adam Cole, but I just think Johnny deserves a longer reign than just a month, about a month and one defense. I think he deserved more than that.
Well, he successfully defended in the 2 out of 3 falls, right?
That doesn't count.
Why doesn't that count?
Because he didn't win it yet.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
I don't know if he had any TV defenses for it either. He probably defended it in house shows, but Johnny Gargano's the classic babyface, though, I feel, who they would rather have him chase than hold the title. Because people get behind him. He can put on a good match with anybody, whether it's another face, a heel. It doesn't matter to him because Johnny Gargano's going to go out there and do his thing. I also feel like Triple H knows that he's past this NXT level as well. I think that they really want him on the main roster. Triple H is fighting to keep him down. I agree.
No.
I already...
No, please no.
But I think they're going to do that. I thought we were going to get some interference possibly from Tommaso Ciampa after he said that he could go back to physical activity after his neck's been healing. The people were 100% behind that. But it didn't turn out to work out that way. There was no Ciampa involvement in this. I love the tease of, I believe Sean brought it up, of faking the Undisputed Era coming out because it just made Johnny waste time. And then once he realized they're not coming, my man Adam Cole took advantage. This was a very, very tough match, and it ends with that Panama City Sunrise into the last shot. Oh my goodness. Really good stuff here. Malik was in there with me. I was losing my mind during this match. Grades, gentlemen. Let's just go around. Tell me what you thought. Let's start with Sean.
Show was a B plus. Adam Cole's match with Johnny Gargano was an A. The tag title match was an A. I thought that Roddy Strong and Riddle was in the C range. Velveteen and Tyler Breeze was in the C range. It was a really good show. The women's title match, that was kind of in the high C, low B range. So I'm gonna give it a B plus, a strong B plus. NXT continues to be the most dominant brand in the WWE.
All right, now between the Cole and Gargano match, I already heard Kyron's answer on this. What one was better, TakeOver New York or TakeOver 25?
New York.
New York, not by much, but New York.
Okay, Malik.
I like this one.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. Kyron, what would you give this match for a grade and the overall show grade?
I give this match an A. I don't think it gets an A plus. Like, New York got the A plus for me because no match can be that entertaining from an in-ring perspective, and like I said, make me cry when someone wins the title and not get the A plus. But this match is an A. And I'm not gonna grade the entire show till I watch it in full and review it. But the main event is an A.
Okay. Last but not least, Malik.
I give it an A too. I thought the match was spectacular. I enjoyed the match from start to finish. I thought it was really good.
And what do you think for the overall show? What would you say?
I give it a B plus. I would give it a B plus. I thought it was good. I think TakeOver New York was better, but I think this was a good TakeOver.
I didn't think this was a bad show. I gave this match an A as well. If you ask me, I think TakeOver New York was still a little bit better for the storytelling elements, and I thought the 2 out of 3 falls enhanced that match that led into this one. But they still came out here. They delivered. I give this match an A, and the overall show, I'm going to go A-. I think that it was a little bit stronger than a B. I thought everybody brought it. Even the Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, which was probably the weakest match on here, I understand keeping Shayna strong, and Shayna is the perfect person to suck the wind out of the arena, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's is she finally going to lose? And then when she chokes out someone or taps them out, it's kind of like, what? And everybody's calm for a minute because they know the next match, they're going to hit hard and they're going to deliver on it. And they always place her in that spot if you ever notice how they're placing the card. So, Very happy for it. Let's kick it to the live chat here and see what they were saying. There were a lot of comments in here. Let's start with Brian Walsh. He says that main event was beautiful art. Another Adam Cole Bebe is champion. Everybody wanted Adam Cole to win. Somebody said that match was a perfect 10. DP says another storytelling match by Cole and Gargano. Brian Walsh says great pacing in the match, and they did excellent psychology. Steve comes in saying grade of a B plus for me. Come on, Steve.
Is Steve ready to finally believe in Velveteen Dream? Was he gonna keep hating on?
He didn't say too much when I asked about Velveteen Dream earlier. DP says reminds me of a modern feud of Cena Orton or Stone Cold and Rock. Do you guys agree with that?
That's a stretch.
That's a little bit of a stretch there.
Yeah, that's tough, DP. But NXT is delivering better than the main roster. I can't really be mad at the man for saying it too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure NXT is the thing though. Sorry, cut you off.
He's talking about feuds, but he's talking about iconic feuds, bro. That's something different, man.
Rock Austin's one of the top 3 rivalries in the history of the business.
He's talking about iconic feuds, man.
And here's the thing, Conrad, you said how NXT continues to outshine the main roster. I'm pretty sure NXT on its worst day can outshine the main roster on its best day.
At this point, I believe that. Let's see what else we had said. A- for the main event from King. Brian Wall says A++, my type of match. Jesus De Leon says Gargano gets his title back soon, he feels. DP says solid A. 2 out of 3 falls was better in my opinion. My man, original Biggie Obi-Wan. I see you in the chat, bro. DP says knowing Vince, Johnny might be positioned on the 205 Live roster. No, he's better than that.
And that's why I don't want him on the main roster, Conrad, because he's better than that. I
agree with that. Jesus says overall show 9 out of 10. I think this was better by a little bit. A- show from King. Jesus has a question. We'll get to it once I see it. Brian Walsh says the show was an A-. Jesus says, for your amigos, was TakeOver better than Double or Nothing? So what did you guys think? Was TakeOver better than Double or Nothing?
I didn't watch Double or Nothing.
I'm going to say no. How?
Go ahead, Malik. I can't. What'd you say?
I would say no. I think I like AEW.
I'm testing it. Who was in the women's championship match? I don't know.
I
don't pay attention to something not for. How's it not?
Kyron's got some talking in the background.
I'm sorry, my little brother, he for some reason just doesn't like NXT because I like it, even though he doesn't watch it. And it gets on my nerves because he's talking about how's it boring? See, my younger brother just hates stuff I like for no reason. Even though he probably hasn't watched an NXT show in full in a long time. But yeah, he thinks the show was bad just because I like it. Kyrie Takeover Dallas was 4 years ago.
Yeah, he's behind on the times. Tell him to watch the Takeover specials though. I think they're really good. It's worth the time.
I'm not gonna tell him to watch Takeover specials because he doesn't really care about wrestling in general anymore. And two, he's not gonna want to sit down and watch the Takeover because he's always gonna think it's gonna be bad anyway. Even though
let's make a deal. If I watch a Takeover, if you show me any Takeover, I find out you watch it, that Takeover together, and if it's good, then I'll give Takeover a chance. I will actually.
Okay, that's a done deal because I trust NXT.
Okay.
I will keep hating.
Now, y'all heard me say it, or do I have to reiterate?
Oh no, it's on video. It's recorded, so you can come back to this video and use this as evidence.
I will, because he said that he's gonna sit down and watch the next Takeover with me, Takeover Toronto, and he said that if it's good, he'll start watching. He'll give Takeovers a chance. And unlike the main roster, I have no problem putting my money on NXT because they never disappoint.
I can agree with that. But Malik, you were saying Takeover or Double or Nothing because Jesus already answered in here. He says that Takeover was super boring tonight, and I think that's a little AEW-ish of him. I don't agree with that at all. So what do you think, Malik?
It definitely wasn't boring, but I think I like Double or Nothing better. I don't know why. I think I enjoyed the show better. Man, I don't know. I think the last 3 matches for Takeover and Double or Nothing did for me. The Cody Dustin match was spectacular. Lucha Bros, Young Bucks was spectacular. The main event was spectacular. Plus the ending of the main event when John Moxley came out and everything. That's tough, man. I'm gonna go Double or Nothing, but by a hair, not by much though.
Sean, I can't wait to hear this one. Oh, he put just kidding. It just popped up after the fact. All right, Jesus, you're about to get booted from Modship in my chat. Go ahead, Sean.
I agree with that assessment, man. I think Double or Nothing gets it now, but I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Like at the end of the day, Double or Nothing was a ground-changing, historic event. So the history behind it obviously plays a part. There's some small idiosyncrasies, small moments that are gonna live forever, like Cody breaking down Triple H's throne, and all these different things that happened. Cody and Dustin having their moment in the ring. Obviously, Jericho and Omega was a thrilling match. You got the Moxley debut, like you said, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers tore the house down. Look, it's hard not to be a prisoner of the moment, man. Adam Cole and Gargano could have rivaled any match on the card for AEW. There's no question about that. But I will give the nod to AEW by a hair. I gotta copy what you said because top to bottom it was a better show. But man, NXT brought it tonight. So I'll give AEW the nod. Historic value, match to match, bell to bell, start to finish. But, you know, that NXT main event could match up against anything AEW. I just wish they would take that NXT formula. It just makes me more angry that they don't take this NXT formula and bring it up to the main roster.
Well, here's a question for you guys then. As someone who didn't watch Double or Nothing, NXT Takeover New York was my favorite show so far of the year, and Gargano and Cole's 2 out of 3 fall match my favorite match of the year so far. What did you guys think was better, Takeover New York or Double or Nothing?
Double or New York.
I'll go Double or Nothing on that too.
I'm going Takeover New York.
Okay.
Takeover New York.
As shows overall.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go Double or Nothing again. Not by much, but I'll go Double or Nothing again. I thought the Double or Nothing pay-per-view was so well produced and so well put together with so many moments that will last forever historically. Again, like I'm a student of the game. I'm a historian guy. You know, those Cody moments, those Dustin moments, those Omega and Y2J moments, those, you know, that Moxley debut, that stuff lives forever in my mind. NXT New York was awesome. TakeOver New York was awesome, but I mean, the historic value behind Double or Nothing is something that I think is going to change the face of wrestling forever.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at the live chat. Definitely just said they caught me doing the Street Profits dance, and I definitely have a red Solo cup that I was just drinking out of, and they were like, yep, caught you, buddy. So, good stuff in here, though. Everybody who was in that live chat, do me a favor. Make sure you click the like button. Helps more people see the video. I appreciate you guys talking in the chat. And, oh, my man Jesus said you are speaking facts about Double or Nothing, Hubbard.
Appreciate it, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus was the one asking all those questions when I had you on the podcast this week for the preview. So, all right, Jesus, I see you in there. But guys, make sure you like the video. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure you comment down below. I have to give a shout out to my guests, but before we get to them, chat, you know I gotta show you guys some love. Let me just give one last shout out to everyone who was in there. Jesus DeLeon, my man Steve from Sports Talk Network. Connor Knows Wrestling was in here. Connor, what is going on, brother? My man Rob. By the way, Rob, I didn't get to comment on this because I didn't want to ruin the main event first. I see those Johnny Failure claps. Cut it out, all right? Jesus, he just does that to irk me. Jesus put poor Johnny. Good stuff, Jesus. Good to see you in here. DP, King. Who else? Darren Kirby, my man Mags from Brainbuster Radio. Thank you for jumping in here. King Eric Brennan was in here. Matt. And did we have any others? Original Biggie, Brian Walsh. We had a bunch of people jump in here. Some decided to stay quiet. You don't have to stay quiet in here. You guys are always more than welcome to give your thoughts and opinions. Biggie says, I agree that NXT formula works. The problem is the formula doesn't work with the main roster. You got that right. DP says, much love, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I want to kick it to my guests tonight. They were awesome. I don't care about the technical difficulties in the background. These guys always bring their wrestling knowledge. They are crisp. They know what they're talking about. And let's start with Malik. Malik, tell the people where they can find you and what you do.
You can follow my YouTube channel, Narcolepsyboy94. I do wrestling reactions. I do wrestling trivias. I do wrestling debates every Saturday, which I just did before TakeOver. I also do trivia battles. I do podcasts, wrestling podcasts, sports podcasts, NBA, all types of stuff. I do all types of stuff, man. Make sure you guys can check me out, Narcolepsyboy94. Show me some love. Say shit that's big wrestling, man.
Yeah, Malik will work with you, so make sure you guys check it out and let him know what you are interested in. Am I doing a review for Dominion for NJPW? We'll see. We'll see. It depends on what time it is and if I can get my behind up to actually try to watch it at the time when it's on. Kyrin, tell the people where they can find you, man. And your brother before that spoke. Was that the brother that was the Browns fan that I saw that video of him?
Yeah, that's the Bengals fan, brother.
Bengals fan. That's all the same, right? Bengals, Browns. Let me quit talking my football mess. Go ahead, Kyrin. Tell the people where they can find you and what you do.
Oh, yeah. Follow me on Twitter, /BroKyrin. My Instagram is /Bro_Kyrin. My Tumblr, DeviantArt, Kyrin Chase. My YouTube account, Kyrin Chase. I do this on wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And I do, I'm always on Malik's channel. As a matter of fact, we had our latest debate, which Malik uploaded last night, which I lost again. But we have another debate coming up soon, and I feel really good about this next one.
You sure about that?
What is it on, gents? Come on, you can't tease us like that.
The next one is Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network cartoons.
All right, Kyrin, I need you to pick up the W, man. You've been close in a lot of them, so.
Boy, you saw the last Nickelodeon, Disney Channel one we did. Ended up in the tie. No one got a single one wrong.
Hey, Jesus is about to get in trouble in here. He wrote Bengals are trash, and then he started writing Bills are trash, but he knows. I'll boot you out of there. Yeah, I'll put you in timeout. Keep messing with me. Now everybody's talking about their football teams in the chat. That's all right. Show some love to your teams.
Bills might have a nice season this year. I'm not gonna lie.
I always believe. Sean, Mr. Hubbard, I've enjoyed working with this guy lately. Sean, tell the people where they can find you and what you do, man.
My dog CK, I appreciate you, man. Listen, check me out on Twitter at hub_wrestling. That's HUBB_wrestling. The website is hubbardwrestling.com. Had some exclusive interviews with superstars from MLW, AEW. Nyla Rose has been on my show. House of Glory superstars TJ Marconi and House of Glory world champion Anthony Gangone just started a brand new edition of my podcast as we go into our 1-year anniversary called The Retro Review. Our own Conrad from right here is going to be the guest on my June 7th episode as we review WrestleMania 6. We got everything from the new school, everything from the old school. We're going to be in the building on June 14th for Bellator 222 as we cover combat sports, MMA as well. So we got you covered on all fronts. HubbardWrestlingWeekly.com. The podcast can be heard on the website, also on bodyslam.net, Daily Smart, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play.
Shout out to Daily Smart. Shout out to Daily Smart, too, for producing the stuff for Brainbuster Radio. I just uploaded a King of the Ring 1993 review. If you guys want to check that out, make sure that you guys check out Everything Pro Wrestling. Got my podcast up on the regular. We had a preview for NXT, which featured Mr. Hubbard once again. He was on there. And make sure you guys, if you haven't, click subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's all that I got for tonight. I am out. And thank you to my guest and the live chat once again for making this Everything Pro Wrestling. We are out. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah.